So today we're going to talk about the lover in terms of the four masculine archetypes. Remember, there's the king, the warrior, the magician, and the lover. Yesterday we talked about the warrior. Today I want to talk about the lover because I think the lover is one of the most important aspects and probably one of the most misunderstood of these four archetypes. See, when we think of lover, oftentimes we think of Romeo and Juliet or as somebody who's in this state of infatuation. And that's the early stages of love, but it's not really mature love. And again, each one of these archetypes, we start out as infants and then we mature into higher states as we fall down, we get back up. And so the lover is one of those things that often, especially when we're young, we think that love is all about emotional high, that all you can think about is your lover. All you want to do is make love all day long. And that's a great part of being the lover, but it's also the part that doesn't necessarily last all the time. No, I think there are things you could do to make things spicy in your relationships, but that period of infatuation, that period we call oftentimes like puppy love, that is so powerful, that just doesn't last. Instead, it's got to be developed into a mature love. In fact, I think a lot of people, a lot of guys specifically, they think that infatuation feeling, that excited feeling is love. And so what they do is they get into a relationship, they feel that feeling, and then it starts to fade a little bit. And then pretty soon, the partner becomes annoying and they realize, okay, I don't actually love this person. And then they break up and they go out and they seek the next thing. And so they become sort of these serial daters, these serial relationships where they don't have long relationships. They just have multiple short relationships and they become addicted to that high of that infatuation. The lover in the four archetypes is a mature lover, is somebody who has different aspects than just out of your head in dopamine and serotonin rush, that you're actually doing more in terms of for yourself and for others. So I want to talk about some of the aspects, the positive aspects of the lover. And then we're also going to talk about the shadow sides of the lover. So one of the positive aspects of the mature love, the mature lover, is passion. So passion is a deep appreciation and a zest for life. And the passion causes us to feel things very deeply, both joy and pain, the yin and the yang. Oftentimes we will avoid the passion part of our lover because we can be in pain. And I think a lot of guys feel like, okay, if I'm emotional, then I'm going to get hurt. And so what we learn to do is shut off our emotions and we become this numb state of the Thoreau's quote, the masses of men lead lives of quiet desperation. That's a lot of what the killing of the passion does. When you think about passion, we talk about being passionate about something, being like this energetic, like I love this thing, right? But passion is also pain. Think about the passion of the Christ. There is this pain that is involved with passion. And the pain is I love something so much and I'm willing to die for it. I'm willing to suffer for it. I'm willing to give up parts of myself that cause me pain in order to do this thing that I love so much. There's the quote that says, do what you love and let it kill you. I love that quote. It's really about passion. Like you want to do something that you are passionate about. And so when we are passionate about something, that's the part of the lover, the mature lover. So we have to be able to experience the full gamut of emotions, the pain and the pleasure. And I think one of the processes that oftentimes I will take guys through in my coaching programs is learning to understand what your emotions are, what each one feels like, and to learn to feel them not as a way that causes you pain, but as a way that you can understand these emotions and what they're for and how you can use them and wield them in your life. The second thing that the lover does is about his connection. Okay. So the lover values genuine connection. And it's not just about romantic partners, but it's that connection with life. It's connection with other brothers. It's connection with community. It's connection with your family, your kids. This, that the lover just desires deep connection. And as human beings, we all have that need inside of us to connect. We are tribal people. We thrive in groups. We thrive in connection. If we're not connecting, what we're going to feel is loneliness. And loneliness, I think, is probably one of the deepest pains that humans can experience. So connection is part of the lover who's going out there and looking for that connection with the other. Another thing I think that the aspect of the lover is vitality. And vitality is about enthusiasm. It's about energy. It's about waking up each day and wanting to embrace the day. It's the juice of life. When you're excited about your life, when you're doing things, when you're out in the world doing stuff, like that's the vitality that you have. And I think one of the things I know I have to do is protect that vitality, because it's really easy for me to get empty and then lose my vitality and then get low and depressed and quiet and introverted and all those things. So protecting my vitality with the warrior, so the warrior protects the lover in this case, is about living with enthusiasm, living with zeal and zest. Another one is appreciation. The lover appreciates, okay? Genuine appreciation, right? Because when we appreciate others, when we're grateful for others, what we're doing is we are not only strengthening the connection, but we're building a culture within our world, whether it's your family, your job, your business, your group, your partner. We're building a culture of gratitude and appreciation. So the lover appreciates. And with all masculine aspects, the masculine does. All right. So these are all things that the masculine does. The masculine appreciates. So when you're not appreciating your partner or yourself or your business or life in and of itself, and when you're not appreciating that, what's the opposite of appreciation? Depreciation, I'm thinking. And so depreciation means that we're starting to go down into that negative space and that lower space, and everything sucks and nothing is good. And we've all been there. I've been there. So we want to invoke in the lover the appreciation for all things. Next to appreciation is aliveness. If you're not alive and in touch with your emotions and in touch with them in a healthy way, you're dying a slow death. And this kind of goes along with the vitality, but it's more than just the excitement. It's feeling things, allowing yourself to feel things on a deep level. As human beings, we have this wonderful part of our spirit that is, experience driven. So when you're alive, you're out in not just appreciation, but you're soaking up the life force. You're soaking up being alive so that you can go out and you can help others be alive. Like I talked about yesterday with the warrior poet, it inspires others to the battle. And so what I want to be able to do is I want to have aliveness inside of me so that I can inspire others. Another aspect of the lover is intuition. The lover's intuitive because he's so in touch with his feelings and with his gut that he's able to tune into his subconscious. He's able to see things that other people aren't able to see. The lover's intuition tells him what's needed in any particular moment, what he needs to be able to give to others. Sorry, voice is crackling here. I need to take a sip. So sorry. So the lover and his intuition is something that we develop over a period of time. Now, if you have squelched your lover, as a lot of guys do, you're also squelching your intuition. And we need intuition in order for us to be wise and for us to be able to know what we need to do in any kind of situation. So intuition. The final aspect of the lover is playfulness. Now, how many of us, and I think this is why it's important to develop your boy energy, not let that die completely. Have fun, go out and play, be playful. If you're in a situation and your spouse or your kids or people in your organization are grumpy, be the source of playfulness, be the source of aliveness. Don't take everything so seriously, as the Joker says. Be playful, show up, be goofy, put a mask on, or go and tell a dad joke, or go tickle your wife, or whatever it is, but just be playful, because when you're playful, you're tapping into that lover. So now we're going to talk about the shadow sides. All right. So the shadow side of the lover is there's two. First one is the addicted lover. The addicted lover is somebody who is overly attached to the external sources of pleasure. Their behavior is more abusive. They're needy, right? The addicted lover is the one who gets addicted to sex. So compulsive actions around sexuality, whether it's masturbation, porn, prostitutes, any of those kind of things, any of those addicted pieces, especially in the sexual realm, come from the shadow side of the lover. The addicted lover is actually really addicted to validation. So validate me. So I'm going to do something in order to be validated. The lover says, I love you to his partner. The addicted lover says, I love you to his partner, not because he loves his partner, but because he wants to hear, I love you in return. That's a covert contract. That's what a lot of us guys who identify as nice guys in the nice guy syndrome is, that we have an addicted lover inside of us, that shadow side of our lover. The second piece of the shadow is the impotent lover. This is the passiveness of the shadow. This is the passiveness of the lover who doesn't show up and is just passive. And then we become depressed and we lack vitality. It's that numbness guys often feel. We have no potency. And when you're an impotent lover, you lack power. And one of the things that all of these archetypes are about is the power in which to live and show up in our lives and to have an effect on others. So if you're an impotent lover, if you're passive or passive aggressive, you are in that shadow side of the lover. And when you're in that passive side of the lover, you're going to get the exact opposite of what you want, because what the higher lover wants is that connection, right? And so if you're passive and you're passive aggressive, you're not going to get the connection that you want. You're going to get the opposite of it. So be aware of these two things, whether you're the addicted lover or the passive lover. And if you can identify with those things, one of the best things you can do actually is to focus on those aspects of the masculine lover, those higher self parts of yourself, and work on increasing those. So rather than trying to decrease the shadow, you want to illuminate the light side. And so remember, those are passion, connection, vitality, appreciation, aliveness, intuition, and playfulness. Practice those 7 things and your lover will become strong. You'll become vital and the world will want to be with you and connect with you. So I hope you like this. If you did, please like, subscribe, and make a comment. And I'll see you tomorrow. Actually, on Monday. I'm going to see you on Monday because it's the weekend. Today's Friday. So I will see you on Monday when we're going to talk about the magician, which is my favorite one of the archetypes. All right, guys, take care and see you later.